finding a fraction of a quantity. First of all, we're going to be looking at how to find 1/2 of 60. So on the board, we've got one bar, one whole, and that is representing 60. So we want to split that up into 2 equal parts. So each of those parts contain exactly the same number. So to get that, to find 1/2 of something, we're going to divide it by 2. So 60 divided by 2 is 30. So each of these parts in your bar represents 30. So 1/2 of 60 is equal to 30. Next, we have 1/5 of 75. So again, one whole represents 75. We're going to split our bar up into 5 equal parts. So to find what goes in one of those parts, we say 75 divided by 5, and that will give you 15. So each of these boxes represents 15. So as you can see on the board, this is 1/5 of 75, and it is equal to 15. Our next example, find 3/5 of 40. So if you get one whole here, it is equal to 40. We're going to split that up into 5 equal parts, just like we did before. And we still need to work out what goes in each of those boxes. So we take 40 and divide it by 5, which will give you 8. So each of these boxes represents 8. So as you can see, this is 1/5. So 1/5 of 40 is equal to 8. But we want to know what 3/5 is. And as you can see, we take 3/5 of 40. So we're going to say that is equal to 3 times 8, which gives you 24. And our final example, find 7/10 of 12. So again, we've got one whole bar, and that represents 12. We're going to then split that up into 10 equal parts, and we need to work out what each part is worth. So we take the 12, and we're going to find 1/10 of 12, which is the same as dividing by 10. So remember, when we divide by 10, we move everything one place to the right. So 12 divided by 10 is equal to 1.2. So each of these boxes represents 1.2. So this here, this is 1/10. So 1/10 of 12 is equal to 1.2. However, we want to know what 7/10 is equal to. So to get 7/10, it's going to be 7 times 1.2, and that gives us 8.4. So over to you now. I'm going to give you the opportunity to try these yourself. 3 questions, 1/6 of 48, find 4/9 of 81, and 3/10 of 32. So if you just hit pause just now, and then once you've worked through these, just hit play again, and I will go through the answers with you. Welcome back. Your first question was, what is 1/6 of 48? So there's your full bar, that's one whole. And then we want to split that into 6 equal parts. And we need to work out what goes in each of those parts. So we say 48 divided by 6, and that will give you 8. So each of your boxes should show that it contains 8. So as you can see, this is 1/6. So 1/6 of 48 gives you 8. Your next question was, what is 4/9 of 81? So you have one whole bar, and that represents 81. You then need to split that up into 9 equal parts, and we need to work out what each part contains. So it's going to be 81 divided by 9, and that gives you 9. So each of your boxes should contain 9. So as you can see, 1/9 is equal to 9, and we want to know what 4/9 is equal to. So we say 9 times 4, and that's going to give you 36. And your last question you had was find 3/10 of 32. So your whole bar is equal to 32. You should then split it up into 10 equal parts. We need to work out what each part represents. So we get 32 divided by 10, which should have given you 3.2. So each box contains 3.2. And then all the way along. Here we go. Quick as I can. So we want to know what 3/10 are. So we say 3.2 times 3, and that is going to give you 9.6. Well done.